Alrighty, guys, welcome. We are watching ReZero. The people have spoken, kind of. I put that post out a few days ago asking people for anime that I should watch, and a bunch of people said this one. So, I guess we'll try it. I'll have an open mind. What do I know about this show? Not much, other than that it's an isekai, which I can't lie that I generally don't have a very high opinion of isekai as a genre. I think most people are aware that most isekais are just like garbage slop, not very good, right? There's 50 new ones every season and they're just, a bunch of nonsense. So, a lot of them are just stupid power fantasy, wish fulfillment, nonsense. And I guess I'm just interested to see this one is any different. I'm hoping it is because so many people suggested it. I know this is a very popular show. Of course, I've heard of ReZero many times. I know it's a very popular anime, so I'm sure it's different than most other isekais, right? But yeah, I mean, I can't deny that my opinion of isekais as a genre kind of automatically biases me against this anime. I can't help that. I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm gonna, I'll watch it just like anything else and see what we got here. But you know, I guess I'm interested to see what can be done in an apparently good isekai, because that sounds like that's new ground for me. So I guess we'll see. All the other shows people suggested in that post a few days ago, all there's some other ones I might watch. We'll see. I might have one more show I can watch as well. Um, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I guess we're starting this. This first episode is really long, so I guess we're doing that. Yeah, I guess that's it. There's a Patreon down below if you want the reaction with the image and everything, not edited out. It's only $1 if you want to watch it there. Otherwise, you can sync up your own copy with this reaction. We will be starting in 3, 2, 1. All right. Not a good start. Oh, I wonder if that's a real manga. Probably. Hmm, that's funny. This is where they suck you in, he says, as we're getting these flashes of some unknown future scene, to try and suck us in. Man, that's cheap. Hmm. How's this gonna work? Is it gonna be a, you know, dying and being reborn type situation? Okay. Like a hand reaching out to him. He's just gonna be like transported there? Hmm. Hmm. Sounds like a typical isekai protagonist backstory, huh? Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. You just blink and you're there. No truck or anything. Sounds good to me. Huh. Hmm. It seems like it. Does seem like it, yeah. All right. Well, that's a we got started quick, I guess. Life in a different world from zero. Man, what do you do when you first come to a, you know, I don't know. What do you do in his situation? Wow. She can jump. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gonna assume he's like the chosen one? Yeah. If I had to guess, he's not the chosen one. Well, it's almost like there's very few people. It's almost like everyone is a demi-human, as he said. So he's looking for some excuse to be special, you know? Which makes me hope he won't be. Buzz. Oh yeah, they speak the same language. Lagunica. I want to write it down, but I don't have time. Where you were walking into a random building? Okay. Yeah, time to pick random buildings to walk into. Oh no. Oh god. That sucks. Okay. Alright. Alright. I see. We're setting up explicitly that he isn't special and he isn't the protagonist. You know, I mean, he's the protagonist, but he's not, you know, the chosen one or something that, you know, a lot of isekai would do. Yeah, so, you know, we're starting off with him viewing all of this as like a game, pretty much, you know? Which makes me feel like at some point we'll have something that makes it seem more real to him. The cute girl who summoned him. Is that required? I don't think so. I don't think you're that lucky. What is she running for? She had time to stop running just to address his nonsense. Oh, she's not even gonna help. All right, off she goes. Oh, interesting. So I wonder if her physical capabilities are abnormal even for this universe. Natsuki Subaru. I don't think so. I do not think that's gonna happen. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, he has weapons. Oh god. All right. Not going too well for him. You know, this is a welcome start compared to other isekais, right? Hmm? Ah. So this is the girl that he's gonna think is like, you know, summoned him and he's the chosen one for her or something. Mm-hmm. Is that what that girl stole that she was running with? Doesn't seem like the line. Okay. Oh, she's gonna help him. Okay. Okay, I guess magic does exist. Good to know. Hmm? What? Okay. She has a little cat thing with a purse. All right. Hmm? No, that is not why. Does she think he stole it? Interesting. Okay. You know, I'll talk about that in the discussion, actually. Man, this has not been going well for him. Hmm. Yeah, he's still, still just thinking of it like that, of course. That what? All right. Okay. Oh God, I hate that. Please. Main heroine. Hmm. Okay. All right. It's a very transactional way of viewing things. What? You saw that girl? Come on. Not that that really gives much information, frankly. Oh, wow, she is really. This is a thing for her, huh? Uh-huh, uh-huh, yeah. Okay. Well, it's like she's trying to make herself insincere, you know? She's trying to explain her actions in a way that makes them insincere instead of just actually being sincere. Mm-hmm. Hmm. What is he just gonna end up wasting their whole life? Huh. That's not what I thought he was gonna say. I don't think I would view it like that. So what, you were just gonna leave your cat buddy behind? Man, her eyes are weird. Hmm. One good deed per day, huh? I feel like you have bigger issues, but I don't know. I just mean, like, if I don't know. I guess it just depends what his life is like before coming here, I guess. Hmm. What are you doing? Oh, no. Random child. Hmm. It's interesting that she wanted to avoid him feeling indebted to her so much. Great. Thank you. Puck. Okay, well, I mean, unless the Earth is like flat or something, there is something to the east. More precarious position than her, huh? Just in terms of having lost that thing, or just like in general? Kikomori. Hmm? Satella. I don't think that's her name, based off Puck's reaction, which is interesting. I wonder why she would lie to him about her name. Yeah, that okay. Here's what I'm think that name must mean something, and Subaru having no reaction to it must be noteworthy in some way. Because Puck obviously reacted immediately to her saying her name was Satella. Hmm. Wants to help people. Hmm. Aw. Very impressive, Subaru. Nice one. I don't know if it's a good idea to be giving random people stuff from a different universe, but I don't know. It's like a hair in my eye. Alright, that is a weird thing to say, Subaru. Come on. Hmm. I wonder how old Satella here is. True. What's the benefit from this one? Sure, you can just use that for anything though. Yeah, isn't that your one good deed then? Aren't you already done? That's just what he was thinking about her. Okay, interesting. He thought that same thing. Hmm, interesting. I mean, she's very old. Clearly must have some significance that Subaru is unable to grasp. Okay. Hmm. A dunderhead. Okay, interesting. I'm guessing she faces some kind of discrimination because of being a half elf. Half elf. Oh, okay. We're making some progress here. Why didn't you tell her earlier? Really? Don't have any money when you have such nice clothes on? Like, come on. Oh, okay. Nice. These broke losers. Hmm. It's interesting. I want to say it's like it almost this situation almost reinforces. Sorry, my recording stopped recording for a second there, but I caught it like instantly. I have it open on my other monitor. What I was trying to say is this situation almost reinforces um, Satella's idea here about helping people for some benefit for yourself. You know? Yeah. Hmm. Going into a worse part of town, maybe. Yeah, looks like it. Thank God Subaru could draw such a nice portrait of her. Belt. Almost out of time. Hmm. Okay, so mana exists. Huh. It's a 9 to 5 job. Okay. Bye, Puck. Very pretty. Based off how everything else has gone, yeah, I don't think anything's gonna come of this. The lesser spirits. Hmm. Interesting. So far, just my initial thoughts, I guess, on some stuff. Is it's like, Subaru does not feel like the protagonist, as he kept saying. Feels like it's her. Because he just had these grand ideas of how he was summoned here to, be the chosen one. How a lot of isekais, that kind of thing happens. Hmm. Is it safe to be here at night? Hmm. Old man Rom. Mm-hmm. This is a huge city, isn't it? Like way in the background on that hill, you can see like lights and stuff. That's kind of how it works. See, I feel like that idea as well, having to pay for something that was stolen from you, that works into her ideas as well, I think, about helping people for your own sake, I guess. Okay, that was great. Whoa, that's mean. How has he been holding you back? Okay, try believing in him. Yeah, she's not gonna act like not gonna act like an anime character for you. Sorry, Subaru. It's him calling her that. Apologize for calling herself Satella, if I had to guess. Hmm. I would be very worried about walking in here in the dark. And yeah, in a place with stuff that can be stolen. I feel like, oh no. Okay. Not good. Oh my god. Oh no, and they're still here. Wrong place at the wrong time. Oh god. Oh, we're getting that scene from the very beginning now, already. It's the same lighting. Oh wow, yeah. So what's gonna happen? Yeah, it's that scene from the very start. Mm-hmm, there's the light. Yeah. Hmm. I'm trying to help her led to her death. Trying to pick up on what the themes here are, you know? What the author's trying to say. Oh. Oh. Okay, and we're just back. And I assume he remembers everything. It'd be kind of weird if he didn't. I don't know how we would break out of it if he doesn't remember. What's he gonna think, though? Yeah, he remembers. Interesting. Oof, that music. Man, that is interesting. Okay. He just respawns on death. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh god, he's gonna call her Satella, and that's not her name. So she's gonna and like the name Satella obviously has some kind of meaning that he doesn't understand, right? Because of Puck's reaction when he said it. So he's gonna go up to her, he's gonna call her Satella, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, why are you calling me that?" He hasn't really figured it out. Okay, he's gonna try to fight them again. Okay, get him first. He had the knives, I guess. But like, good luck. Oh my god, he learned how to fight apparently. Truant kid with too much free time. What? Okay. I guess he's awesome. I don't know. But I bet it hasn't happened yet, right? He doesn't, he's not thinking of it like that yet. He doesn't realize he's like reset. So I bet I bet the guy hasn't been killed yet. I guess this guy's still being alive for Subaru. It's gonna be like, yeah, he'll figure it out. What? God, there's something in my throat. His evening booze. Is it evening? Oh, I guess you could think it's like some kind of mechanic of this universe as well. That it's not just him. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he still wants to think there's some, like, deep reason for it, that he's here, you know? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. I'm just thinking about... Hmm. I'll talk about it in the discussion. What could he possibly trade for it? Some ramen? Well, if he just eats all of them now, what's the point in trading? Yeah, I just gotta eat them all. Okay, it's getting later. I mean, whatever happened is gonna happen again, I assume. Unless it was something that he did specifically that made it happen last time. Mm-hmm. Man, this is a ridiculously big city. Oh, there she is. Oh, this is the password they were talking about. What's the point in a password if you can just smash on the door for a while and he lets you in anyway? Is that milk? Whoa. Hmm. Yeah, I'll give you this ramen cup. Surely that'll be enough, right? Hmm. I wonder what the significance of it is, obviously. Sure. A cell phone. And stop time for everyone everywhere. What is he just saying the pictures are stopping time? Yeah, sure. Would they really think this is that crazy when, like, I don't know, paintings and stuff exist? Metia. Opened the gate. Getting some real jargon here. So how do you have any idea then? Oh, wow. Okay. I guess. Hmm. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. The person who killed them, under a felt, dies as well. But the person who killed them wants the insignia and doesn't really negotiate for it. How would he possibly know how much people would pay for it? And also, it's gonna die soon. Like, how much battery does it have? Well, it does not go well. Oh, she's here. Is Subaru gonna... No? Okay. Subaru still just isn't thinking about it, I guess. I mean, he's thinking, he just hasn't figured it out. Mm-hmm. She looks a little bit creepy. Yeah, alright. Hmm. Even though there's, like, no way he would know. Hmm. She's not really here to negotiate, though, is she? It didn't work out last time. Everyone just ignores him. That's great. Alright. Is it 20? I'm guessing it's exactly 20. Yeah. I mean, I would take the 20 over this random thing you would have to sell to someone, so. Now, I do have to wonder if the timeline is actually changing each time, or if there are, like, multiple Subarus running around. I'll talk about it in the discussion, I guess. But, like, imagine if in this situation, Subaru is the one who causes her to kill them, and it's because of what he does here that makes her decide to kill them. And, you know, there's the other version of him from last time still running around, you know? Hmm. Okay. I don't... Is it gonna be that easy, though? Okay, that has some kind of meaning. That... Okay, some kind of very significant meaning. So you're with them. Alright. They could just tell that she has, I don't know. Okay. Oh god, man. There's like weird time stuff going on. This is gonna be rough, isn't it? Grind you up and feed you to the rats. Unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna win. Okay, yeah. Oh god. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah. So like, oh god, no. I'll have to talk about it in the discussion. I don't have time. I'm just wondering if no. I'll just have to talk about it in the discussion. I just want to ramble about it now. I have to pay attention. Okay. A blessing of the wind. Oh, well, it didn't help. Loved by the world. Something you were born with or something? Oh, well, rest in peace. Hmm. Gonna try and fight, I guess, right? What else do you do? Alright. I mean, good luck. Yeah. Yeah, because he doesn't know what's going on at all, obviously. Very rude awakening for him. Hmm. I wonder if he's kind of figured it out now, because he was thinking about it, but oh, okay. He's playing Dark Souls. Oh, he didn't dodge it. Hmm. That's great. Thanks. Hmm. I don't think he can die, can he? Which is interesting. He's gonna die, but it's gonna reset again, right? Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah. This would be rough. Especially it just being instant, I assume. You just instantly go from, adrenaline pumping through your veins and dying to back here immediately. Well, there she is. Is he gonna call her Satella? So I think it's noteworthy. That guy was going to help him. Kind of been a theme so far. It's helping people. Yeah, no. I The Witch of Envy. Yeah. I don't think that's a name you want to be calling people. Whoa, that's a You know, the good thing is if he dies, he can start that over. Don't want to watch the preview. All right. I'll have a lot to talk about. It's such a long episode. I don't know how long the discussion's going to be, but I guess we'll see. I'll see you guys in the discussion. Alrighty, let's go through the episode. Oh god. So that was interesting. That was interesting. Different from most isekais and in some ways that matter, That's obviously, I mentioned at the start, that's kind of my natural thing about the isekai genre is I automatically have very low expectations. I can't really help that. That's kind of just what I automatically think when I see that something is an isekai, right? But I feel like the interesting thing is that it's like this story goes out of its way right away to try and dispel that idea from your head that it's going to be that Subaru is just going to be like a self-insert dumb wish fulfillment power fantasy character that's going to just be the chosen one who gets everything he wants and it's just going to be great. It pretty much immediately right when he gets to this world it goes out of its way to show you that it's not going to be like that, right? Because Subaru himself is obviously, he's Japanese. He talks about how he's like a hikikomori, and I assume he's like kind of an otaku, probably, right? So he is familiar with isekais. So he thinks that the same thing, he thinks he's supposed to be the chosen one, who's the protagonist, who's gonna, have all this great stuff happen to him because he's in an isekai. But it doesn't go, it does not go like that at all. It goes the opposite of that. He gets beaten up. He just kind of gets owned. No one cares about him. And yeah, so, right off the bat, I do like that. Now, since this is directly linked to this, even though this happens much later in the episode, I do want to bring it up now. It is interesting how, we have learned that he actually does have some kind of special thing going on with him, right? This whole, he respawns when he dies. Not just respawns, but it seems like it resets the universe when he dies. Um, it's interesting that it doesn't reset it. It's like he has like a respawn point because it doesn't reset it to the beginning, like right when he got here. It resets it to right here when he's talking to this guy. Because when he first came here, he was like in the middle of that big square area. So that is interesting. I wonder what decides where he's gonna respawn at. But you know, so the reason I'm mentioning this is because it is interesting how he actually does have some kind of, unique, almost a protagonist power. Um, but with the way the story has been set up and the way it's been shown so far, it makes me think that it's not actually that. That it's not going to be that he's here to be the chosen one to, I don't think his view of it is that some cute girl summoned him here for him to, defeat the demon lord or something, I assume, right? But I'm guessing, I mean, this is wild speculation, so I don't know. But I'm guessing the origin of this power that he has isn't something so, you know, standard like that, like a standard isekai type thing like that. Because it basically the first scene after he shows up in this world goes out of its way to make you think that he isn't going to have a normal isekai protagonist experience. Um, as for him actually getting here, I mean, he literally just blinks his eyes and he's here. So I don't know. He was at a shop. It's interesting. I wonder if this is actually in universe in some way. This weird stuff. This first scene. If us seeing this means anything, or if that's just like what Subaru says here, a way to suck you in. I don't know. I don't know. No way to know, I suppose. Um, so yeah, let's talk about our girl, Satella, because I feel like this was the main. This seems to be the underlying theme of this episode, at least. Which I don't really think I've reached a resolution to it into what exactly I think the author's trying to say with it, because you know, I'm sure by the end of the arc or something, however the story is structured in some way, I'm sure this general theme will be resolved in some way. But so we have Satella, which isn't her name, don't know her name, um, but she has this whole idea of she has to help people for a reason that benefits herself, right? She views things in this very transactional way where, you know, the only reason she can ever do anything is if it helps her, which is not a good way to view things, for one, right? That isn't. I don't think that's a good way to view stuff. I'll talk about that more in a little bit, though. I do have some thoughts on that because I think that's kind of how, you know, I don't think that's a good way to view things, but I also think that's kind of how all morality and everything is formed, is by the fact that helping other people does help you, always, I think. But, we can talk about that in a minute. So she helps him. She has to come up with his excuse for why she decided to help him. And I don't know. It's weird that she just feels the need to do this. That the reason a reason I came up with that she might be acting like this is there's obviously something up with this whole half elf thing. Man, where is that scene at? After they run around. Yeah, it's right here, right? This whole half elf thing where I have to assume she experiences some kind of discrimination for being half elf, right? If let's say let's take it to like the extreme. Like let's say, she is very surprised that Subaru doesn't react in some awful way when she says that she's half elf. So let's take it to the extreme and say everyone in this world hates half elves, or maybe elves in general, but she's half elf. I don't know. Um, let's say everyone in this world hates her because she's half elf. Everyone's racist, right? Um, I feel like her desire to help other people so much, right? Because obviously, she comes up with these ideas where she has to have an excuse for helping other people for why it benefits her, right? But it's obvious that she just wants to help other people in general, like when she helps this little kid. Um, so I wonder if she has started acting like this in response to what I assume is this discrimination in her life that she experiences all the time. And the reason why she acts like this is it's like I guess I don't want to call it like a defense mechanism because it doesn't really defend her from experiencing discrimination, but it's like her trying to prove herself to other people, because if people automatically have a bad opinion of her because she's a half elf and people are racist, then her feeling the need to, always help other people and try and be very nice to everyone, um, I imagine would kind of form naturally from that, right? You want to try and prove yourself. You want to try and prove you're different than the bad opinion of you that people will automatically have because they're racist. And I wonder if her transactional way of viewing things, of deciding, she always has to have a personal reason for wanting to help other people. I mean, we're getting out there now. I wonder if that is almost a reaction to herself having formed this mechanism of always wanting to help other people. Because, like, let's imagine a theoretical scenario where despite her having helped other people all the time and trying to act really nice like this, being so helpful to other people, they still end up hating her because she's a half elf. Like with Subaru, right? If Subaru had reacted the way she expected him to, right? She expected him to hate her for being a half elf. Then it's like you can assume she has experienced this before, that she's had a good relationship with someone. I mean, obviously Subaru, she just met him, so it's not really a relationship, but she has had a connection with someone in some way. She's been nice to them and helped them and all of this, right? Which is her trying to almost prove herself against this discrimination that she faces. And still, despite that, people end up hating her because she's a half elf, right? So this whole thing, this whole transactional view, this transactional way of viewing relationships, in that she has to help people for her own benefit. She has to come up with an excuse for why she decided to help someone. it makes me think that it's like a defense mechanism for people deciding that they don't like her because she's a half elf, despite her being nice and helping them. Because if she can tell herself afterwards that she benefited from helping someone anyway, she got something out of it for herself, then that doesn't hurt as much, you know? Like here, if Subaru had told her, oh, I hate you because you're a half elf, she could come up with some justification in her mind for why she helped him. You know, well, in this case, he's helping her, but in the previous situations, right, she had already came up with some justification for why she helped him in the alleyway, for example, right? She wanted information or whatever, you know? So she wouldn't have to be, you know, mad at herself for trying to help him or stuff, you know? She doesn't it's much easier to, you know, grapple with the fact that people are racist and hate you despite your actions if you can come up with some justification for why your actions help yourself anyway, you know? Because it would suck if you were being nice and helping people all the time and then they just hate you, you know? It would be really hard to keep up that attitude towards people in general, being nice to them and helping them, you know? If everyone just hates you for being a half elf. Um, so I think that covers her, our girl Satella, for the most part. Yeah, I think that covers my interpretation of her behavior, I guess. I feel like there's something else, but maybe that's it. Maybe that's all I want to say. You know, I was talking about it during the episode as well, but you know, I think obviously the reason why she said her name is Satella, I assume it's partially because of Subaru seeming like such a weird outsider, right? You know, it's obvious he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't even know what country this is or anything. And then she says, "Oh, my name's Satella," and he doesn't even react to that name of any kind. Like, I assume in this world, based off everyone's reaction at the end when he's calling her Satella, that Satella, everyone knows the name Satella, right? It's the Witch of Envy, whatever that means. And her saying, "Oh, my name's Satella," it's like testing Subaru, and it's obviously him having no reaction to it. You know, she gets some kind of information from that there's something up with Subaru. You know, obviously that's done now. You know that timeline has been like reset and it's gone. So, um, yeah, I think that is it for her. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. It's such a long episode; it's hard for me to remember all of the scenes. Um, so for Subaru, I'm trying to think. I haven't really figured Subaru out very much, or at least I don't really have a firm grasp of what I want to say about him, you know? He says that he thinks Satella, I don't know what to call her, is gonna waste her life by uh helping people like this all the time, you know? Um, which is interesting because for Subaru, all we know about him is that he was a loser shut-in who didn't do anything all day. And that's about it. So it seems like he was kind of wasting his life already. So, um, but it's interesting that he has this attitude that helping people, because all he says is that, you know, she basically just put him over herself, right? She was just acting kind of selfless in a way, and you know, decided to help him, and because of that, he thinks that she's wasting her life by helping other people. That's just, I don't know. That's just a very interesting insight into him that I don't, you know, that's just a very negative view of helping other people. Um, and it's just weird because he decides he has to help her too. It's almost like this, you know, it's like she came up with this reason for why she had to help him, or why she benefited from helping him, which in her mind, it's like, means he doesn't have any reason to feel indebted to her or feel like she actually did help him. But he does want to feel indebted to her because he thinks that her helping him is like a big deal, right? You know, because he apparently has this negative view of people helping other people in general. He thinks it's a waste of your life if you don't focus on yourself or something like that, right? So if, you know, it's like very, very conflicting ideas here, you know. He thinks that's a bigger deal than she does because she came up with this explanation for why she decided to help him. So she doesn't think he needs to feel indebted, while he has like the opposite view where he thinks that her helping him is a big deal. So he has to do something to pay back for it. All right, is that clear? I hope that's pretty clear, surely. Um, man, I feel like there's another line in here somewhere I wanted to talk about. Hmm. Yeah, and then he says, "I'm going to help you for my own sake," which is, for one, I don't think he's actually, he's just co-opting her language and her reasoning for it. He doesn't actually think this, obviously. It really is. It's obviously, it's just still he just feels indebted to her and he feels like he has to help her. Um, maybe not that he has to help her, but he wants to help her. Sure. Which I guess I'll talk about this now because I said I was going to earlier. But the whole idea of helping someone for your own sake is, I think, my pin just broke. Is I think interesting because I think pretty much any good act you do, anytime you do anything to help another person, in a way you can view it as always being for your own sake, right? Um, the reason why people help other people in general is you could always boil it down to some reason that you could view as being for yourself, like when you're driving, you don't drive on the sidewalk and you know because that makes sidewalks useless. If you ever wanted to use a sidewalk, you can't use them if everyone in the world is driving on a sidewalk, So maybe that's a bad example. But you can really boil down almost any form of morality and anything like that. Anytime you help another person in any way, you can always boil it down to something that it benefits society as a whole, so it benefits you as well, right? Um, which, frankly, I don't really think that's what they're getting at here at all. I just wanted to bring that up, I guess. Yeah, we get a cute montage, all of this happening. I feel like I've covered all of this. I covered why she lied to him about her name. I covered why she feels the need to help people and stuff. She lies about being, oh no, she tells him about being a half elf and is surprised by his reaction, all of that. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think it is interesting. It's like, uh, I said this during the episode as well. Them helping the lost girl did end up benefiting them, which it's almost a reinforcement of. It's kind of in a way it reinforces bad ideas for both of them and good ideas, right? Because helping people is a good thing. It's a good thing to help other people, right? The bad thing is having this weird mindset about it that you can only help other people for your own benefit. So in a way, this does kind of reinforce her thoughts. This could kind of reinforce her thoughts about helping other people and how, you should do things for your own sake, because this does end up benefiting her. It ends up benefiting them on their, because he tells them where Felt is. So, in a way, it kind of reinforces the transactional way of viewing helping other people and viewing relationships in general. Yeah, what she says here. Which, like, you know, if you use that as an excuse to help other people, you're still doing good in general. But I don't think that is a good way to view it. I think that's a negative way. That's a negative outlook on it, I suppose. Hmm. And then I'm trying to think about, I was saying during the episode, I wonder if Subaru and this whole timeline resetting thing going on, if if it's like all of them are happening at once, like there's multiple Subarus running around in the same world because when he resets, it's like he's there again. But that's not. I don't think that's it. I think, yeah, that can't be it. So it's a true reset every time, um, which is very interesting because like I don't know, it's too early to really try and like I don't know. I don't have much more than that, I guess. Hmm. He decides he has to help her, has to save her. Which, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of been the theme of this episode. It's helping people and saving people. Um, hmm. Feeling indebted, right? Because that's kind of why he decides to do everything in the second half of this episode, right? The only reason he's doing all of this is because he feels like he has to help her, right? Um, maybe not that he has to, but that he wants to. Because she was nice to him, pretty much. He just wants to help her, which is a good thing. Um, but I don't know. It just is interesting. I just wonder what his mindset exactly is about it, because it doesn't really go into it. It's just kind of natural for him, to just decide, oh, okay, I'm just gonna keep going and try and get this insignia, you know? Even though, again, it's like, really, I don't know. Well, I'm sure in future episodes I'll have more to say about that, I think, depending on how all of this ends up. And yeah, they all die. They all get murdered by Elsa. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But it is interesting. I mean, this is just another, it's like him trying to help her has certainly put him in a pretty bad situation. It's killed him twice now. So I do wonder what the author's trying to say with that. I guess we'll see. It's too early to draw any conclusions. I'm not trying to say, like, I feel like whenever I say stuff like that, I'm worried people are going to think that what I'm saying is like, oh, the author's saying helping people is bad. No, I don't think that's what the author is trying to say. I really am just wondering where this is going, what the theme that is being explored here could mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that was a good first episode. That was good. I guess I'm just curious where it's gonna go from here. Because man, this was very fast paced. It was a very fast paced first episode. I don't really know. We really just got into it, so I guess we'll see. Honestly, some similar themes to what we've been going through in Monogatari as well, about helping people, right? So yeah, I mean that was a good episode. I guess leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. I suppose don't spoil me, please. And I don't know, subscribe maybe if you liked it. Trying to reach 100 subs. We're almost there. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.